Johnny Stimson, and I write happy songs, and I feel like my whole dream in my life is to travel around and sing songs for people, so I'm very happy to be here, and we have our first show in Tokyo tomorrow night, so hope I'll see you there.
I've got buddies by my side, and they'll be by my side through.
Actually, this is my third time to visit Japan, but this is my first time to ever perform here, sing songs, so I'm really excited about that part. Before, I was playing a festival somewhere, and then afterward we came to Tokyo, and I came with my wife, and we went shopping a bunch. That was fun. But the other time I came with my cousin, and we just ate ramen the whole time. It was awesome. It is really exciting. I was in the airport yesterday in LA, and we were all flying there, and I took a picture, you know, for Instagram, and my mom sent me a text message after, and she was just saying, she's like, I'm so proud of you, like, this is so cool. She knows this is my dream, to come and sing my songs for people, and I hope that, like, the ultimate dream inside my heart is to share songs that are joyful and hopeful and uplifting, and there to be a good message in there. And so to kind of get that text message from my mom yesterday kind of made it all feel a little more real, like this is what I dreamed of. And so I feel like tomorrow at the show I'm just going to be trying to sing my song the best that I can, but also just to enjoy every moment, and just to remember, like, it's taken a lot of work and a lot of learning how to write music and working on this craft, and it's really exciting for me. I want to give back, as I feel thankful that anyone would want to come and watch me, so I want to do my very best.
No matter what, we'll stick together up until the very end. Oh.
You know, I think that my impression so far is that I'm still learning a lot about the city, because every new station that we get off of the metro, when you walk outside, it's just all brand new. So I feel like, similar to last time that I came here, I was almost overwhelmed by, I don't even know what to do today, because everything seems so new and fascinating to me. So that's why I would love to come here for a month and just really meet new friends. I'm happy that I'm meeting you all today, because maybe next time I come, I'll be like, hey, we can all hang out and we'll all be friends.
We'll stick together up until the very end. Oh.
We did, actually. To be totally honest, when I got here, I was feeling not very good. Like, I was feeling kind of sick, so I did a lot of sleeping for the first day, and I just rested. And then when I finally felt like I could eat something, we went and got ramen. So that's been my whole experience so far. But today I think we're gonna go to Akihabara and sort of hang out there. Maybe we'll see Shinjuku tonight. There's something that I visited last time called the Golden Guy. Is that where there's little tiny bars and stuff like that? So I might go with the guys there.
Oh, I love my friend.
The thing that kind of first started me interested in music is my family is very musical, and especially my dad. And so I was interested in high school in the Beatles. I started listening to the Beatles, and my dad can kind of listen to any song on the radio and sit down and play it on the piano or guitar. And so he saw that I was interested in the Beatles, and he's like, hey, come sit down with me. And he helped me understand, like, every single Beatles song. And that really just made me decide, I want to write music. Like, I feel like there's something in my heart that I may want to say to people. I'm not sure what it is. And so over the past long while, that maybe when I was 13 or 14 when we started doing that, and I've just been writing songs ever since then. So I guess to lead that all the way to now, I went to school for business, you know, and so I studied finance and thought maybe I'll get a normal job. But the whole time I was writing songs, and I decided right after school to go to New York City and record a couple songs, and it's just been like this crazy journey ever since then of writing, learning more about music, and making lots of mistakes, and trying to just do my best to stay in it. I actually had put a few online for the couple years before that, and then I had some record labels approach me like, hey, we could do business, but you need to take down all of your old songs. So I took down some music at that point, and then I didn't end up doing the record deal or anything like that. But there's a few more songs from back then, and it's just a crazy experience to sort of see, like, when I go back and listen to the really old songs or what I wrote in college, it's kind of interesting for me to see it as the soundtrack to my life. Like Casual, I remember when we wrote that, it was like right before the pandemic, and we just kind of wrote it in one afternoon, and then we couldn't travel even like while we were finishing the song, so we had to finish it all online. And it's very crazy how each song is like a pinpoint in my life. Like Honeymoon, I wrote that to surprise my wife for our wedding, and every time I sing that, and I feel it in a really special way, and I hope that it will be meaningful for other people. But it's wild how much it goes with the soundtrack of my heart, kind of. that song kind of came to my mind because I have a young nephew named Everett. He's 8 years old, and he's just kind of seeing that I like to write music, and I think he thinks that's cool. And so he suggested something about a friend of his. He's like, I want to write a song for my friend, that he is my friend or something. And I was like, that's a pretty good idea. And so I went home and I wrote Friends just to kind of share it with him. And I ended up, it was stuck in my head, and I thought, this is reminding me a lot of my own friends from growing up, and especially I do something, I don't know if you've seen, but on Instagram every Thursday, I have my coffee like in the morning when it's nighttime here, and I sing the songs. And in the past few years of the pandemic, I've made a lot of new friends who live very far away that I haven't met in real life, but they're very special to me. So I thought this is kind of a song to send to all those people that come onto my Instagram lives. It's something for my nephew and all my friends from growing up, and it's really become kind of a special song. I'm gonna sing it at the show tomorrow night, yeah. Are you coming tomorrow? Yes, cool. Well, it's not just from my heart. It's like I see now sometimes these songs are meaningful to other people, so I try to consider that when I'm writing. And it really has been an amazing couple of years to feel my friends around me, because sometimes being an artist, it's like really fun. Like right now, I'm so excited, but there are days when it's really hard and you don't know if people are gonna like what you make, and it's vulnerable. And so I think this album that I've been working on this year, like I tried to be careful about the order the songs came out, and there was something called You're Not There, and it's where you're missing someone you love, and then Meltdown, where you're like melting down. And then I wanted Friends to come right after that, because sometimes when you're in a really bad place, it's the most beautiful thing to have that love from friends around you, and I felt that a lot this year, even from this guy. I had this idea at the beginning of this year. I wanted to try to tell a little story with the album rather than just like a bunch of random songs together. So I was thinking about what order could these songs go in, and I should write a song about this, and kind of placing them in the order. And so right now we're at Friends, and there's a few more to complete the story, and I have a few more videos to share. So those will be coming out soon, and even one collab that's going to be a fun one. Yeah.
Friends are quick to forgive.
I feel like I started keeping a list on my iPhone like 10 years ago of, I had this idea for like a song title or a theme to write about, like the way it was before. It would be interesting to write something that it'll never be the way it was before. And so I write down that song title, and sometimes when I sit with my guitar at the piano, then I look through all those titles and say, okay, You're Not There, like I want to write this today. Or Casual was like one of the words in my list, and we said, how about we write a song called Casual today? So it usually comes from my day-to-day. It's like a journal for me of just keeping song ideas and themes in my head, and then whenever I get home to the piano, I write the songs. Yeah. For me, melody is so much more natural and easy. Like I could sit all day and just sing melodies, and lyrics are hard for me. And I really appreciate you saying, like, you can tell that the lyric is really important to me, like to share the bonds with the family, and just sort of like my faith, my heart, and everything. I feel like that doesn't come very naturally to me. So sometimes I'll almost write a whole outline of a song with just 1 or 2 words, and then I have to sit down for like a whole week and try to write down, how does this really make me feel, and what message do I really want to share with an audience? So I appreciate you saying that, because I work really hard on the lyrics. It's not easy for me, you know.
And even when we're far apart, they'll always be in my...
I mean, it is so magical. It is crazy for me during the pandemic to be getting messages from someone who's like, hi, I'm 18 and my mom just passed away, and your song Smile is making me feel something special. Like, I was seeing messages like that from like a kid in Indonesia and people here in Japan, and really like, I try my best to respond to everybody I can in social media, because I want to connect and I want to someday meet them in real life and sing songs. But I think that it's just surreal. Every time I feel like I'm so glad that I'm making music in this era, because with all the DSPs and just the ability to reach people through social media, it's amazing. It's not the easiest for me. I'm not the best at social media, but I try to be creative, and I like doing those Instagram lives a lot. So I think everybody just sort of finds their lane, and for me, being able to connect with people here in Asia has like really kept my career going. It's allowing me to keep doing the thing that I love, which is writing songs, because I've been able to connect with people here. So I'm like, I love it. I'm thankful.
Hey, you said you are not really good at Instagram, but like I love Gizmo though.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Who's the voice behind it?
Me.
What?
Yeah. So all those videos, I make it by myself. Like I stand there and I'm like, hey, I'm Johnny, and then I like go over and I press record, and then I come over and I'm like Gizmo under the thing, and then I stitch it together in the computer, you know. Like my wife will come in because she works from home too, and she'll come in and be like, hey, how you doing in there? And I'll be like underneath the table, and she's like, okay, whatever, you're doing your thing in there.
I love my friends.
You know, it's kind of a funny question because I saw some things with like the Muppets shows and stuff like that, and this guy's name is Jim Henson, who created like Kermit the Frog and everybody, and I saw some pictures of him and like Willie Nelson in the 70s, and they had like a beard and long hair and stuff like that, and it was pandemic, so I just decided to like, maybe I can try to play that character for this album of like something a little more 70s, kind of in that like Sesame Street kind of world or something. Do you know what Sesame Street is? It's like the kids show. And I just thought that might be fun. And now all of a sudden I have this beard and long hair, and I'm afraid to cut it because I kind of like it. My wife thinks it's cool, so I'm gonna keep it for a minute. But at first kind of the idea was like, I want to be a character so I can be outside of myself for like a concept album. And now I guess I just look like this, I don't know.
And did you draw everything?
Yeah, I did. And I want to make, because I made this maybe 2 years ago or something, I want to make one with all my new songs on it. I thought it would be cool to make jackets for merch, but it took me like 5 hours to make it or something, so I was like, maybe that's too much work, you know?
Just for yourself.
I'm already trying to do the lasers and all that too. In high school, you know about like at theme parks where they have caricatures, like cartoons? And that was like my job in high school, so I would draw people, and I just love artwork. But then music kind of took over my life, so when I can do some drawings, I try to like draw the merch or something like that.
Until the very end. Oh.
I just want to say thank you so much for helping me really live my dream. I was walking on the streets of Shibuya this morning and feeling like this is the dream come true, and I think like part of that is all this hard work we put into it, but the big thing is you are listening to my music, and I'm really grateful for that. So come to the show tomorrow and I'm gonna give you everything I got.